Okay. Just check that that's live. And we are live. Fantastic. Okay. So we're going to do we are going to do something slightly different this evening. So we're going to do the 4-4-8 breath. We're going to tune into the heart and just in your own time, just activate the light, and then we're going to go straight into silence. It's been one of those days. So make sure you're sitting comfortably. Just check for any tension around the shoulders, neck, tongue in the mouth, and the forehead. And just allow the breath to settle in the body. And then we're going to come into the 4-4-8 breath pattern, just 3 of these. So we breathe in for 4, suspend the breath for 4, and breathe out for 8. So we're going to do that now, breathing in for 4. Suspend the breath for 4. And breathing out for 8. Breathing in for 4. Suspend the breath for 4. And breathing out for 8. Breathing in for 4. Suspend the breath for 4. And breathing out for 8. So just allow your breath to return to its normal pattern. Breath is relaxed. And just allow yourself to observe anything that you may be experiencing. So bringing our focus to the heart center. To that cozy space that we've created before. And in your own time, you're either going to switch on or amplify the light in your DNA. So the color can be like a golden white color or rainbow colors or both. And you can see it as a wave of light moving through your whole being or as a pulse or as fairy lights switching on through your whole being. So just keeping the breath relaxed. As you activate your light. And just allow yourself to observe anything that you may be experiencing. So from here we're going to come straight into the silent part of the meditation for about 20 minutes. So you can choose a point of focus as we move into the silence, which can be having your focus on your breath as it moves in and out of your body. Or you can focus on the stillness that you are creating internally. Or another option, you can bring the eyes to look up at the third eye between the eyebrows without straining the eyes. So through the silence, keeping your breath relaxed, staying in the observer state. So anything that comes up, just try and observe it. And just remember, if you find your mind wandering, you can bring it back to your point of focus. Breath is relaxed. So beginning to take a slightly longer, deeper breath into the belly. And then we're just going to ground the energy, any excess energy that you don't need. We're going to ground that and send it back to the earth. So using the ball of light above the head and allowing that light to move down through the body, collecting up any excess energy and sending it down that conduit from the base of the spine all the way down into the earth. And then beginning to move the hands, feet, fingers and toes. Have a stretch if you need to. And then rubbing the hands together. Get some heat in the palms of the hands and then place the palms over the eyes. Hello, Smurf. And when you're ready, release the hands and open the eyes. Come here. And I hope you enjoyed that this evening. Slightly different. Oh, cool. Oh, Isabel. Hello. I didn't see you there. I'd already got my eyes shut.
Hello.
How are you?
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
Have you had one of those days as well today?
Yeah, kind of interesting day.
Mm. Yeah, there's definitely some strangeness going on today, that's for sure. Yeah, definitely. So when we before we started the live stream, we were saying that we've had have you had a headache today? I've had a headache today. Romani had a headache today. I don't know if you did, Ian.
No, I've been good.
I had a bit of tension not too long ago. Yeah. But not like full-blown headache.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why we decided to just go straight into the silence. It felt very needed.
Yeah. That's good.
Wow. Okay. I hope you enjoyed that anyway. It's good to see
Yeah,
you.
I did. Yeah.
Cool. And happy birthday for the other day.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that was like 14th of Jan.
Oh.
Yeah, but because I was in training and Sarah was busy, so we kind of decided that we postponed to go out until we both were free, really.
That's cool. You had a good day though.
Yeah, it was lovely weather as well in Greenwich.
Yes. Yeah, that's cool.
We did find stepping stones, crystals but
Wow.
the prices there are cosmic.
Wow.
Yeah, so most of us are like, really? This is like 3 times the price now. That's like not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was interesting. There was one crystal that kind of wanted, like, literally glued onto my palm, and it was not that big. It was like it would cover like the middle of my palm. Beautiful colors. It's like £18. I'm like, I'm not buying you. It's stuck in my palm. I'm not buying it.
You can get off. Get off.
And I walked around and like looked at different things and stuff, and then in what moment we just like looked at each other, we stared, and was like, it's done, it's work. I feel it's done. Like what it had to do in my palm, it kind of like unglued itself. I'm like, okay. And I placed it in a new place. Maybe he also wanted to change the place, the spot from where it was.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I gave him service and he gave me service.
Cool. That's always very
Moved
cool.
him around away from the previous house.
Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, there's definitely been an increase in crystal prices. I was looking at there's a guy on YouTube who he actually makes jewelry with crystals, but the prices, I was like, is he serious? Does he really get customers? I'd love to know.
Yeah. That's the thing, it's like, yeah, you can put that price up, but who can actually afford to buy it, especially at the moment? People are really thinking of where to put their money.
I mean, these were like hundreds of pounds.
Yeah.
And it's like for little bits of jewellery. And I'm thinking that, seriously? I don't know about that.
Yeah, no. No, I guess if it's like moldavite, like I understand, like moldavite might.
Yeah.
Well, not even hundreds though, but maybe like.
Yeah, this was like, and there was, what was it? I can't remember even what the crystal was, but it was like £1,300. I'm like, cannot be serious. I know.
That's like more than gold.
It's like crazy prices. I was there thinking, this guy can't get, he can't get much business.
No, exactly.
Because that's super inflated prices.
Yeah,
And
no,
I don't
that's
understand,
like,
I really don't understand why you would do that. It's very peculiar, but yeah.
No, definitely not understanding that. You know who is his clients.
Yeah. I don't know, but
Crazy.
absolutely. You gonna say hello, are you? Gonna say a quick hello then. Say hello, Isabel. Hello. Oh, bless him.
Have you been good?
Yeah, he's been enjoying his marsh walks.
That's nice. No, these days are gorgeous. Cold though.
Very, and the mist has been quite spectacular actually on the marshes. It's so magical. It's amazing.
Yeah, because I now need to go to an office in Slough, which is like opposite direction from where I am. So Tuesday it was 7 I left, and it was such an interesting energy, like the frost and the fog. It was like so weird.
Yeah, and that we've had it a couple of days in a row now. It's like I want to see if it is going to be there in the morning again. And when
Like, and this line went through like central London, and a little bit I saw there was sun in there, and as soon as I go out of the side, there was fog, proper fog again on that side.
wow.
Thinking, wow, so mid London is no fog, but all around London is fog.
That's funny. Wow. Yeah. We actually watched it roll in today as well, because
Okay.
it wasn't that misty this morning, and then we watched it
Yeah,
as
so it was clearer.
it came in. And then we watched it on the marshes. We watched it clear, and it's fascinating. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very very magical. Definitely some portalage going on there. Stepping through the veil, if you like.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Also, I was channeling with one of the girls and Bernadine, and we found out information that so now we're getting this increase in the light coming through,
Mm.
and it's just gonna get bigger and bigger until we have the March 21st, whereas the New Year's actually is a real one.
Mm.
And then the timelines will freeze before the big event, apparently. And
Ooh.
that means that we stop shifting, because it's like it's going to lock people into what we choose to do with our lives. So if someone's ascending, they're going to like clock in that you are like 51% ready to ascend, so you're going to be ascending. So now, I was channeling yesterday with some journaling, and it was like the timelines are shifting quite fast at the moment, because like giving everyone an opportunity to choose where they want to go next.
Yeah.
And and as we get it like a week before 21st of March, they're going to start freezing down and locking down everyone's choices and energies and stuff. It's like a mini judgment day, really.
Oh wow. Ragnarok.
So you choose. And after that, you have your choice locked down.
Wow.
And then, apart from that, it's been interesting to find out all these things like step by step.
Yeah, it's interesting because the little subtle things are changing every day, and it really does feel like there's a real quickening going on at the moment.
Yeah, like time as well is like quicker.
Or not.
By fast.
Because we walked last week. We walked the marshes in the fastest we've ever walked it, and I don't understand how we did that. I really don't understand how we did that.
Yeah.
We got home 3/4 of an hour faster than we should have done.
Wow.
I know. I'm like, how did that even happen?
Possibly jumped some timelines there, some portals or something.
Yeah, something definitely happened.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, it's like time is as David Tennant calls it, a big ball of timey-wimey stuff, So, but it's like it's elastic. It's not fixed.
No,
It cannot be fixed. So yeah, it's on days when I've got a headache, it's like I'm not excited about this at the moment. But then other days it's like, wow, we are literally on the cliff edge at the moment, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, who's gonna jump and who's not?
So yeah.
At work as well, I was helping this one guy to do this, because he's just starting to work with Excel, and he's like was trying to print out the spreadsheet the way he wanted, and it didn't work for him, so I helped him to figure it out. And then we just started to talk about the things like past lives and crystals and things. I'm like, oh, okay.
Wow.
It's like, wow, people actually are a bit more open now, and they don't just shrug it off. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, it's definitely change is definitely in the air, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Without question. So yeah, let's see what unfolds. Were you going to say something?
No.
Okay.
No. No, I mean, all I would say, my advice to everybody is just to stay focused on love consciousness and your natural frequency, because
that's where it's at.
Because there's always a distraction, isn't it? That's kind of what I'm experiencing. I keep saying that. I sound like a broken record.
No, but it is, these things that distract from that, aligning with love consciousness. What's really interesting though is before it used to take what seemingly time to get back to right, I'm back on track. Fucking hell, thank God for that. But it's like it's like there's no, I don't know about you guys, but it feels like there's no time at all to, very quickly click back into that. It's like it's almost like a no-brainer now. It's like, whoa, hang on, whoop, here we come, back on track. I don't know. I don't know if you.
No, it's like yesterday, for example, I was feeling like I'm in a freaking flow, but it took that adjustment because in the morning the trains were all delayed and people were getting grumpy, and it was like one train was 15 minutes late, the next one was 15 minutes late, and but my work is like they're not really bothered because I'm going so fast. They're like, if you make it before 10, we're happy with you, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm
That's
no
cool.
stress. And then when I arrived, one of the colleagues came to pick me, and as soon as he picked me with the van, there was another car with number plate 333 in front of me. Okay, we're actually on the flow now, on the flow line.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the workday was so easy, it was all cool. And then on the way back, he actually told me that there is the Mars Chocolate Factory that we actually kind of not really working directly under, but they want to amend this power plant that they have for themselves to get like electricity for the chocolate factory. And they want to use like scraps and rubbish to heat the factory now. So that's what the project is, right?
Wow.
But we are one of the subcontractors, right? And then he was driving, so we were trying to manage to get me back to this train which should have left at 3:46, and the traffic is busy. He's like, okay, looks like we're not going to manage to this one, let's go and have a coffee. But the road where the coffee shop is was closed, like with the red lights and stuff.
Oh my God.
Okay, so no coffee today then. So then he's like, okay, let's just drive back. And by the time road was emptied, by the time when we turned around, it was like, how did that happen?
Wow.
It took us like 5 minutes to drive around because the road was emptied. And then you get to the station and it's like 3:51, and we're like, okay, so I know next train is like 4:06, so it's cold, so like, okay, let me just sit in the car a little while. And then I leave the car and it was like 54 past or something. I step on the platform, and as I step on the platform, my train arrives. I'm like, how did that happen? Turned out that the train that we wanted to manage to catch was delayed when I arrived when the train arrived. So the train was kind of waiting for me to arrive, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I took this carriage on the way back thinking, that was so interesting. And then I look up, and the carriage number is 340-333.
I tell you, if people aren't seeing more of this stuff, then they're super asleep, because you cannot not see this stuff now.
No, it's literally in my face, and it's like, I know when I'm in a flow. I was thinking, oh, so the delays in the morning were adjusting me to jump on this timeline where I'm just living in the flow.
Absolutely.
It's so funny that day. Like, okay. And like the way back was easier as well, and I didn't need to wait too long to connect from Abbeywood to get to Dartford. And it was this lady with a bright orange, like, I just felt I had to walk and walk and walk down the carriages to find my seat. And there was this lady with a really bright orange jacket, which was like sparkles, like big sparkles, whole jacket full of big sparkles. And she's just sitting down, like slumped down, and thinking, okay, you need some booster, girl. So I sat down next to her, and channeling this pure divine love through my heart, and like blessing everyone in the courage. And I feel she's just like pushing herself up a little bit, like shifting around, stretching up, like, okay, so you're a little bit recharged now.
Wow.
And
So
then she
cool.
got out of Dartford as well, and when we were going out through there was lots of people through the barriers, and I actually like walked through, and she's let me in front of her. I'm like, oh, thank you. So I didn't even notice that she was actually there, just right next to me when I was trying to get out, and she left me to go in front of her.
Wow.
So she gave me back the energy, right?
Yeah.
It was funny though.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
And lots of numbers, like I saw as well at work, like lots of 69s and 6s and 1s and 2s and 3s. But like to start the day there with 333 car and finish with 333 courage, that was okay.
That's very cool. That's very cool.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the ontological mathematics, just the sacred geometry. That's literally speaking. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Sending me messages. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. More of that, please. That's what I say.
Oh, that was fun. I love fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's very cool. There was something I was going to say. What was it? Brain. Yeah, Ian had it was a feeling. It wasn't a visual. Don't think it was a visual, was it? It was a feeling that he had, which when he was describing it, I got a very clear image of what it was. So when we're going along, there'll be opportunities for us to literally switch lanes. So it's like on a motorway. So it's like you switch lanes, and when you switch into that lane, that's when you're in the flow. So it's a feeling that comes. Was it the right side or the left side?
The left side.
On the left side, like almost like something like an opening. So if you feel that, go into it, because that's a lane That's a lane change that takes you into that flow energy.
Yeah, living in a moment.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the Celestine prophecy, they show you how it's overlaid.
Yeah.
On top of the societal matrix of love consciousness. They show you that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, we watched that again because we got a very clear message to watch that again. And even just that 1 year between watching it the year before, last year and this year, I mean, we're like, oh my God, this is happening now.
Exactly.
This is happening now, so, oh my God, let's get on with it.
But they do that. Describe that to Isabella, what they do in the circle.
So they were, I don't know if you've seen the film. Have you seen the film or read the book?
I don't think I've seen, possibly some fragments only, yeah.
I'll put the link in the community chat because it's worth watching, because you'll go, fucking hell, oh my God. So there's a bit when they're in the circle, and they're basically, they're tuned into the frequency of love consciousness. And so the world that they're seeing is completely different. Yeah. The world as it is, nature as it is. Yeah. Not the weird societal matrix, they call it in the Celestine prophecy, that is like heavily kind of overlaid. But what they do when they're in this circle is they that kind of falls away, and they see the world as it really is, and they become invisible to the people that are looking for them.
Yeah.
These militia that are hunting them, they become invisible to those people because their frequency has changed. So it's like a filter, filters out all that horrible stuff. It's amazing.
But they reappear.
Yeah, that's what I heard one lady as well. Like, she's a channeler, Honey. She was saying that as we are raising up, the frequency is cleaning up. We're not gonna have any pests anymore, like the flies and the mosquitoes, because they just cannot exist in that energy, because the vibration's too low,
Mm.
and yeah, because they just cannot be there.
Yeah, and that's like, yeah, and that's what the Celestine prophecy, in a very visual way, shows. You know, that the militia that were hunting these people just that the people in the circle could see them, but they couldn't see the people that were in the circle. So there's it's very interesting.
Because of the higher frequency, you can still look down on the lower, I guess, and see them, but they cannot see in the higher because they're not connected to it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Will.
They don't have not opened their eyes to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will says, don't go, stay in your heart. Don't go into
Yeah, his words were, hold the energy. Hold the energy. And that's sometimes what it feels like when, you know, that very clear message I got, you know, it doesn't matter what happens, stay open. And that constant flow of energy. Sometimes holding that is, it's like you're in some kind of weird sci-fi where you're like, come on, oh my God.
I know, yeah.
It can
like,
be.
Sometimes it's even like you couldn't even, it's hard.
Yeah.
Especially if you get challenged, it's like, how do I stay in this?
Well, it's always
yeah.
It's always it's always a distraction, which comes from the societal matrix. So, you know, I'd say it as you can always tell. You know, there are some things which you because it's a parallel path of a spiritual path and a material path at this moment in time. What most people, I think, are experiencing is this awareness, because we talked about that today, didn't we? So it's something like super awareness of the spiritual path. But the spiritual path is love consciousness. So it's just alignment to your natural frequency. So the distraction is always knocking you slightly out of your natural frequency. So it could be something like you're asleep and someone wakes you up.
Yeah, it's like what we experienced today. It's literally the police banging on my neighbour downstairs on the door with the battering ram thing, yeah.
Oh dear.
And that's what it's like sometimes when it's trying to knock you out. It's like it's banging on the door.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think
loud
of.
and forceful.
Yeah.
Just trying to think for people that are working.
Yeah.
Because they're entrapped in a slave, like a form of slavery. Because you're only buying food, water, shelter, and so on. You know, and how that kind of works. That's like you stay focused on your spiritual path, sitting in love consciousness, and that vibration goes out, and then it comes back, and it brings in, like you said, Isabella, the guy talking about, you know, let's sort out the thing on the computer, and then let's talk about the crystals. And,
that's amazing.
So that's that vibration and that frequency coming back. But it's like it's almost you got to do those bits and pieces in the societal matrix, but you're always coming back to your spiritual path or love consciousness. So one of the tools that we've been working on is I've got that clearly is stop chasing anything.
Yeah.
Don't chase nothing. It's a trap.
Yeah. Well, and the more you chase something, the further away it gets. So just stop, slow down, have a stroll, and see what falls in your path.
But in the stopping chasing anything and that alignment with your natural frequency.
Mm.
So you do that with breath, qigong, yoga, walking. So all in the kind of what's that word?
Frequency.
No, in the Shirtwell talks about that. The quickening.
Yeah,
It's in the
quickening.
quickening.
Yeah.
Where it's just love consciousness.
Mm.
And because love consciousness doesn't have any rules or remit, yeah, it's you then attaching to that. But it's your natural frequency. So it's like you're awakening to your natural vibration in anything that you're doing.
Yeah.
But it's when you're quickened up that you start to vibrate at a slightly different frequency. So a breath will bring you back to that qigong, mindfulness. Well, I'll probably more go with the more ancient, because mindfulness is part of what's it called?
Vedanta.
Vedanta. And there are no rules, which makes it uncomplicated. But the breath is always with you. So, you know, if you ever feel that you're out of your vibration, just bring it back with that. Slow that breath down. You know, big.
Yeah, and that's why the 4-4-8 breath is amazing, because that's exactly what it does.
Yeah.
It just brings that all back down again.
Yeah, because like people want sort of, you know, a £6,000 course to learn how to vibrate at your natural frequency, and it is that simple. It's just saying, you know, it's just saying, okay, love consciousness is here, or the Aquarian age. How should I be? Well, natural to
Exactly.
to me.
It's like, I think, like from school, they're so used to that everything has to be taught by somebody else, and you like cannot discover anything yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. And anyone who goes, right, I'm just going to go over there for a little while to find myself and discover what it's all about, you're like, oh my God, you're weird, and don't do it. Oh, it's horrible people. And,
Yeah,
you know.
my colleague as well, he was like, oh, I really love your perfume. What is it? And I'm like, well, it's like, how to explain? It's like Egyptian oil blend with some vegan kind of perfume that I'm trying out. He's like, oh, I was expecting that, you say like something like, I don't know, it's Armani or Gucci or something. I don't even go near that.
Wow.
He's like, you're so different, like so interesting to talk to you, because there's nobody else who is like that. Everyone's like standard, like,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, I'm completely different.
Absolutely.
I'm an individual, not a copy.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's why we're sort of teaching at the moment to get into the silence.
Absolutely.
Because that's super important at the moment. Because I have seen, because I've got a new thing that came in, which was, what was it called? The Oaksin.
Orsin.
Orsin. Which is in the void. But it's letting go. Because it's kind of, I mean, we've had some serious changes going on, where, you let go of everything. You stop chasing anything. But that sounds like, oh my God, I've got to give up everything. But you don't, because when you align with your natural frequency, that intuitiveness goes out and comes back, but not how you would expect it. And once you've let go to your natural frequency, then whatever happens, you're always connected to your natural frequency of this immense being of love
Mm.
and illumination or light, which is where, because a lot of people, because I'm trying to think of it as in work, you know, think they're there to do like work, but that's the matrix, like the societal matrix, or the society that's being built, which on the kind of forefront looks like it's not natural, but obviously bricks and mortar and metal are all natural and all vibrate at a certain frequency. But when you do the synchronistic journey, which jumps you onto your spiritual path, everything is love consciousness.
Yeah.
Just an expression in that person that you're talking to, or the experience that you're having. You know, if you fall in, it's always that thing. You know, we were talking about it the other day, and when someone really enjoys something, and they always go, "I love that," and that's the that there is the alignment with love consciousness. But this age, this moment now, is total alignment, whereas before it's like sort of partial. It's like, yeah, I kind of want to be good, but there's a distraction. There's this distraction. I want to be, you know, want to be able to be happy and content. It's always about that one. Did you find that interesting? About how you.
So, wasn't last week, the week before? I don't know, and I didn't know why I did it at the time. I signed up for the Tony Robbins 5-day experience. Yeah, it was online, so you know we were sat here in our living room doing a slightly our version of it.
Well, I didn't sign up for it.
No, I signed up for it, and I didn't know why, because I've never done anything like that before. And so we're going through, and you know, setting homework, you know, and the Facebook group was like, ugh.
Yeah, no.
I posted one thing, and it's like, no, even that felt a bit ugh. So yeah, I steered clear of the Facebook group and just observed like very strange behaviour from people in there. But yeah, so as we're going through, and I'm writing down all this stuff, you know, doing the homework, looking for things that were wrong, you know, and all this. And as I'm writing it, I'm thinking, this is bullshit. What is this bullshit, Ange? What are you doing? You know, not the what we were doing, but what I was writing was, it was like, this stuff isn't even relevant anymore. You know, things that would have triggered me even a couple of years ago, I'm writing them down. It's like, there's nothing there. I was looking for something to be wrong. So we get to the end of the 5 days, and we're sitting here talking about it. And I had my breakthrough, which was, okay, what do I actually want? Okay, so the thing that I thought I wanted, that I've been chasing for the past, well, since 2015 probably, it's like, no, actually, that's not what I want. Actually, the reason I don't want that is because I'm actually very happy and quite content right here, right now. That was my breakthrough, and it's like, fucking hell, that's, for me, that was massive. But I didn't get it until after the Tony Robbins experience had finished. But that was obviously why I signed up, because would I have got that breakthrough without that experience? Probably not, because I wouldn't have been writing all that stuff, which was just drivel.
Oh, good. I mean, you felt that you had to do it. You had to do it, and it was for the reason.
Yeah, that was the reason, because I probably wouldn't have had that breakthrough, which has completely changed everything. You know, even if it's, you know, well, it's changed everything. It's made me go, oh, okay, all right. Rather than be chasing that thing that I've been chasing for so long.
Yeah, you just had to stop and look at it, right? Do I really want it?
Yep.
But it belongs to the societal matrix, or the morph, or whatever you want to call it. And when you align with love consciousness, through the breath, through the coming back to your middle path, to your spiritual path, then that is happy and content, because that is bliss.
Yeah.
And then do as me. Because even if you look at, say, like meditators, gurus, shaman, and so on, all of them look for the silence.
Yeah.
There is no noise. There is no noise in that silence. So once we realise that, then the noise comes from outside. It's shouting at us, isn't it? Oh, look at us, look at us, look at us.
Yeah.
But you don't need to, because it's inside. And what's inside, if you've aligned with love consciousness, your natural frequency, yeah, so, you know, you are not chasing anything, then it's an intuitive thing that you then become happy and content. It's not an intellectual thing. Because most of those things are based around like the mind and the ego wanting to, I must do this and I must do that, and we don't get any time to sit in the void, in the silence. So yeah, that's why we're doing this meditation on a sort of regular basis. But you know, it can be done on the breath. But it is the slowing down, it's the quickening. It's the slowing down. And as we slow down, we're able to experience ourselves inside. And the more that we slow down and experience that silence, it seems to me the louder it gets outside from the people not doing that. Not environments, because Mother Nature is in the silence already, and we are Mother Nature. So it's almost we're aligning with that as well. Well, that's a kind of thing we don't even have to think about. It's just like, yeah, I'm in bliss. But yeah, you ask any meditator, yogi, they all say silence, and that's why I think a lot of gurus go on what are they called?
Silent retreat.
Yeah, silent retreats and stuff like that. And it's a really difficult thing. I suppose it's a really difficult thing that I've personally found, to stop chasing anything. I found that quite difficult. It's like,
because we are told that we must always be busy, we must always be doing something, you must always be productive and be doing something, because otherwise the L word comes in, doesn't it? We're lazy, you're really lazy, aren't you? It's like,
God forbid someone's lazy.
I know. So well, I'm just sitting here being quiet. Well, why is that lazy? We're not doing anything. You're not being a productive member of society.
The other one for workers, because I'm really trying to think, because I think that's the sad bit, you know, these people that are attracting jobs and stuff like that, is the mantra. And so when anything comes up to take you outside of your frequency, just mantra, I am light, or I am love, right, inside your head, and just keep repeating that in whatever comes up. So it's like you go into the silence and mantra comes up, or frequency. So it's just the frequency. You don't need to mantra it in Sanskrit. I think the word love is fine, or the word light, or whatever kind of. But it's that this brings you back to what you are. Because all the time that you're pulled out into the matrix, you have those personas. So worker, mum, brother, sister, policeman, nurse. Yeah.
They were crazy
you-
today.
There's a language with all those personas. I've got to speak this way, or I've got to be saying these things, yeah? Which is okay and that's fine. But what you truly are, which is what we're talking about in Ascension, is this evolution into this being of love and light. So we have to constantly remind ourselves when we're kind of treading water in those environments. So there's no judgment there, because I can tell you now that love consciousness has got no rules whatsoever, apart from what resonates with you as your individual thumbprint. So hopefully that's helpful.
Yeah. And I do find my mind going back to actually that mantra quite often. Like if I sit down for meditation or something, I just feel like love is my go-to. I am love, I'm loving,
Yeah.
I'm loved. It kind of goes back to that to kind of bring me back to my peace inside.
Yeah, we use that all the time, Isabella.
Yeah.
Whenever that distraction comes up that you don't want to be in, because we always know when we don't want to be in that energy. You know, when you're in a good conversation, you feel happy and what's the word?
Content.
No, like trusting. But when you don't, you want something to come back, because when you're in work, you've got to be focused on what they want you to do. But if you're like agitated for whatever reason, you might not feel well, or you're worried about something, or you might be worried about a family member or something like that, we've always got love consciousness and the way that brings back. Now, so if you're doing that, do that all the time. Use it. It is the tool I'd recommend to everybody that's like working or certainly having to go out and negotiate.
Navigate that the out there.
Yeah, because it's a real challenge. It's
Playground.
Oh yeah.
It's a real challenge for that overlay. You know, that's what the Celestine. You know, and one of the things that it shows you in the Celestine is that they have to negotiate for the militia, the junta in Peru. And they're everywhere. You've got one side, which is the ones that want to take over the government, and then on the other side you've got the government, but essentially they're the same, carrying guns, shooting people, damaging the forests,
Yeah.
the jungle there, abusing people, and they have to navigate that, but to keep their vision, because it's about holding the vision.
Hold the energy.
So the vision is love consciousness. So they're little tricks just to bring you back. I say the breath is one of them. Certainly mantra.
Definitely.
Because you can say that in your head.
It's all about the breath.
Because mantra is just frequency. It just concerns me, people that are working, because it's difficult for people that are having to go and work for a company or something like that. Something I'll think about a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
It's 10 to 9.
Gentlemen.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I thought it might be, 8 o'clock maybe. Jesus.
I don't buy into it. You keep telling me so. I don't buy into that rubbish.
Right, we're going to go and have some dinner.
You better do, otherwise it'll be midnight. We still haven't eaten.
I know. Goodness me. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Isabella.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
And we'll be back tomorrow with more.
We'll do, tomorrow you do the 12-strand DNA, won't you?
Yeah, it'll be back to normal tomorrow, hopefully, because I won't have a banging headache, but yeah.
Because there are downloads at the moment on the DNA.
Yes. Yeah, there are. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Have a lovely rest of this day.
And
Oh,
you,
bye.
Isabel.
Sending you lots of love.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye. Boop.